At Travel Television, we continue to celebrate our 5th anniversary. We continue to share some of our favorite stories with our audiences so that we can once again honor these amazing volunteers and the organizations they represent.
Travel Television presents the story of one volunteer who has galvanized and motivated an entire community to honor the achievements of America's Purple Heart veterans. Each year in Branson, Missouri, Marla Stockinger coordinates a citywide open house welcoming Purple Heart veterans of every generation and their families. Rolling out the red carpet is Marla's specialty as she treats her guests to free shows, parades, meals, tours, and a hearty serving of her own special brand of appreciation and thanks.
Last year when I did the event, it was the first time that it had ever been done in the United States, and I didn't know that. You know, we had no idea about the veterans, really, and how good that they were going to feel giving all this to the veterans.
Marlis has put together this event here and organized it, and the volunteers, the shows that we've gone to, the shows that we have attended today, last night, the fishing tournament, everybody has volunteered their services. They have volunteered their homes, more or less, and we appreciate that so greatly. And it means a lot to us veterans to know that, especially the Vietnam era veterans, knowing that people really do care about us.
We actually have like 3 or 4 young, I'm talking like in their 20s, that have been wounded, and that's been really special.
By the dawn's early light, once so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Doing all this, because any of you that are out there that have volunteered, you know, it's your passion, and so you're going to do it because it's something that you love to do. It's in you, and you want to do it good, and you want to do it right. We just really want to here in Branson to do good for them and do it as volunteers. Every one of them that are here volunteered. All of the people that did the shows, the theaters, all the people that work behind the scenes, they're all just givers. They're just givers, the volunteers. Well, we love them. And the veterans love them. Man, I'm telling you, appreciation. You can never get enough hugs from them because they're constantly loving you.
It's been 3 long years, do you still want me?
Branson's a very special place. The soil is very fertile for veterans. In '93, I did my first free veteran show for 600. Last year, we did our free veteran shows in Branson, all of our theaters, for 176,000 veterans. It's become now the largest gathering of veterans in America. And so we are very proud of a little city of 7,000 people that welcomes 7 million people a year in tourism to give back to our veterans who serve for our country and put their life on the line for us.
I'm honored. I'm honored to be in their presence. I'm honored to know them. I'm honored to have had the opportunity to learn from them and to grow as a person. And comes from volunteering. You know, one of the things that you learn the most from, you've got to give back.
The anniversary of 9/11 was marked by a day of service by and for veterans. Over 150 volunteers, including students from George Washington University, joined Iraq and Afghanistan war veterans to renovate and spruce up the Vinson Hall retirement community. The residents of Vinson Hall, almost all of them veterans, also pitched in to help and were joined by First Lady Michelle Obama, who picked up a paintbrush and worked with the crew.
My name's Tony Woods. I am the Coalition Director for Service Nation. I'm also a two-time Iraq War veteran, a veteran of the Army. Today's September 11th, which thanks to the Edward M. Kennedy Serve America Act, is now a day of service and remembrance, and so it's an opportunity for Americans to turn a tragic event into something meaningful and powerful where we give back to our communities. And so today, as a part of the Mission Serve initiative, which brings the worlds of civilian and military service together, we've got veterans, civilians serving alongside one another. We're working hard right now to renovate a retired veterans home here in McLean, Virginia at the Vinson Center.
I'm Eric Greitens. I'm the CEO of The Mission Continues, and we're here today with the First Lady at Vinson Hall in Virginia. The First Lady has joined The Mission Continues on one of our service projects. It's taking place on September 11th. Today, The Mission Continues is doing 50 service projects around the country where we've brought out veterans of all eras and civilians of all backgrounds to serve together on September 11th. Part of our mission is to make sure that every veteran who comes home has the opportunity and the resources available to them to continue their service to our country by serving with nonprofits and charitable organizations and community organizations here at home where they are able to continue their mission of public service. We've involved volunteers in over 50,000 hours of service. And this day, September 11th, is marking the beginning of a 2-month campaign where we're going to continue to serve all the way through Veterans Day of this year. It's great for everyone to come out, and I encourage everyone to go out to missioncontinues.org.
Hi, my name is Charles Simon. I'm here with The Mission Continues. The goal of The Mission Continues is there are a lot of returning veterans, and we all want to serve our country and continue to serve after our military service is up. We have a number of people who are fellows that we sponsor throughout a year to help them set up community service, helping out young people, anything in their community to just help out.
Pearl Harbor survivor, Midway survivor.
In 1990, Catholic Charities USA Disaster Response Office was established to coordinate the Catholic Church's response to disasters in the United States. The national relief effort works through a network of local agencies that take the lead role in developing a long-term plan for rebuilding their communities. Since the hurricane, the Catholic Charities has raised and distributed over $160 million, touching the lives of more than 1 million people. They have provided more than 50 million pounds of food, and through more than 110 agencies, recruited a pool of volunteers from churches around the country who have traveled to the Gulf Coast to help. Let's look at one of those efforts.
Is this everybody?
No, they're coming.
They're coming.
They're coming.
Oh, you got one thing strong when I know that much.
Oh, yeah. You got a little guy.
Little guy.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
It's a big house.
Oh yeah, I have a 30 years collections of stuff in here. That's my whole life.
Is this everybody? Oh, this is one more person.
Is it okay to take pictures?
Yeah, Miss Purcell, is it okay to take pictures?
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
great.
Okay, guys, this is Miss Diana Purcell. This is her home. Miss Purcell, this is St. John the Evangelist. They're from Indiana.
Okay.
They came down here to help you out.
Thank y'all.
Miss Purcell renovated her home. She's very proud of her home right before the storm. And she was also a collector of
Antique dolls.
antique dolls. And she has a lot of family heirlooms that she would like to see if she has them here. Lori and Elaine will be going through the home and figure out the best way to organize you guys. It's going to be kind of tight at first. The Army Corps of Engineers does not want us to bag anything, so we take the belongings and the small things, and we put them in the garbage cans, and we just dump it out on the curb, unfortunately. There's limited space, so we may start on the other side. Do you know if they began work on the home across the street?
That's okay.
okay.
They're all good friends, neighbors of mine. They know
Okay.
I'm the last to gut on this side,
Okay.
except one or two. But they know. I've talked to both of them. They said I could put whatever I want on next door.
Okay,
They no problem. They got a house over on another street. That was their mother that died. So we could put in front of his house, this house next door. I figure across the street so much carrying. We can load in front of both next door neighbors.
Okay,
with
great.
no problem.
We have to do it between the sidewalk and the street. We can
Right.
go out
Or
about
the guy on the
street.
corner, because he's died, the man on the
Okay.
corner. And Mr. Comer's sons live out of state, so they're not worried they're going to eventually bulldoze, they said.
Okay.
So they said I can use whatever I need.
Okay, great.
You know, so.
Thank you. And we're going to point out the main water drains that we ask that you guys do not cover, because they're coming in with the bobcats and digging them up and breaking up the water mains. We waste about 85 to 100 million gallons of water a year.
The water drain is right here by that little green thing that's on the front lawn. That's one. Across the street's another. And then in front of Mr. Stokes' house next door, a little toward the corner.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Those are the only two you got to worry about.
Okay, and we are going to be turning off the main water to your home.
Okay, that would be on the front corner, right on the front street, right by the
Yes,
green
ma'am.
thing, the little round meter.
Okay, because we found the valves are corroded, and sometimes we
Oh,
take them out, take out the sinks and everything.
Okay.
We find that they leak anyway.
Okay.
So we're going to turn that off for you guys too. We make sure that the electric and the gas are all turned off. Safety.
They took the gas meters out, so gas
Right,
meters
no
gone.
gas. Excellent. So Miss Purcell's going to be in this room primarily, and we're just going to be passing through. If you guys see anything salvageable, just ask Miss
Just
Purcell. or
put it on the
just
side
put it on
here
the
and we'll
side.
dig into it. And my friends and all, my girlfriends and all, we're gonna go through it and then we'll throw trash up here. You know, I mean, there's nothing more else they can take. I got a dumpster in the backyard now.
Oh.
There is a dumpster.
I saw that. It floated in.
It took its wave, you know, so I got a dumpster in the backyard. It took my pool out the hole, you know, it floated away, so. And all my little trinkets of floating creatures, you know, my Nemo and all my turtles and all my little fishies. We found some of them now, but it's just, you know, horrendous. It's been hell. But, you know, God sent me you guys, you know, and it meant so much to me, you know, that y'all worked with me on this because I've been sick, health-wise, you know, and
Well, you've taken care of people in the past, and now it's time for people to help you.
Yeah.
And now it's time for us to help you out. So we're going to have one person working outside, too, to help organize files. That way when somebody comes out, you can direct them where to go. To help speed things up.
I got ice water if y'all need it, in the ice chest if y'all need
Thank
some
you.
bottled water,
Thank
you know,
you
yes.
very much. I'm just going to take a
Sign
inventory.
it.
Yes, ma'am. It's a release of liability form.
I've got it down everything. I had people in here, all new studs from termite damage. It was
I can tell it's a beautiful home.
horrendous of damage I had in here. And, I mean, I had just finished this and all, like I said, all new, the bedroom furniture is unbelievable. I've got doll collection, 30 years old, $2,000 piece dolls just in ruination. I got collections of stuff that's over 100 years old, an antique dresser in there that was a King Edwardian, and it's just in pieces. I just cannot believe what water can do.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
The destructive force of it. If anything looks salvageable, we'll put off to the side in here.
That's why we cleaned this room out. We
That's
said, well,
excellent.
give y'all a helping hand.
Y'all did a lot of work, so I came in here before and I kind of looked at the window.
Yeah. It was horrendous, yeah, but we got here for the last week and we've been coming 2 and 3 days. That's about all I could stand.
These are our pastor blessed, and they sent us here. He sent us here, and our whole parish is here to support you because we brought food and all kinds of things for your community. And so here's some blessed crosses for you and your brother.
Thank you so much.
So now you're part of our family too.
Thank you. Thank y'all very much.
In that room, okay. Yeah, you know, in that room. And this room is, you say for that, so it's yeah, separate. Food has its own pile.
Now y'all my extended family. So y'all welcome to come down here, and when I get back in action, I'm gonna make sure y'all call me. We're gonna have a big feast. That's right. That's right.
We'll be back.
That's right. We will be back because I'm staying in Louisiana. I'm not leaving here.
Thank you.
To make sure that the things that I've enjoyed during my life are available for my kids and grandkids and future generations to be able to.
That's priceless, and you know, unless we take care of that, it will go away and we'll never ever have it again.
We'll be arriving at Angel Island very shortly, and when we do, the team leaders who are wearing the red.
We're here at Angel Island in San Francisco Bay with 300 people from the tourism industry from all over the country, from 30 different states and 2 countries and 100 different companies have come in here to volunteer for a day to help clean up Angel Island, which needs some help because of budget cuts in the state park system in California.
I'm sure all of you know the famous Mark Twain quote that the coldest winter he ever spent was this summer in San Francisco. So that's, you're getting a taste of what that's all about.
We're loving it. Charles, we're loving it.
Oh, yeah?
Hi.
Angel Island is steeped in so much history, and very few people know about Angel Island.
My grandmother actually came through Angel Island, so historically there's a personal meaning here for me.
For me, probably the most memorable one was Ellis Island, which was the very first Tourism Cares cleanup. That was in 2003, and I'd just become an American citizen 1 week before, so to be standing in the arrivals hall of Ellis Island as a new citizen and realize that just about every American has been processed either through Ellis Island, and then of course if you're anywhere from Asia, you would have been, quote, processed through Angel Island. So for me, this is like revisiting what was the very, very first Tourism Cares event, and since then I think there's been like hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of man hours that have gone into cleanup operations, so it's pretty cool.
We volunteer a lot.
What we're doing here is helping state parks in a time of great need. When you look around all of our state parks, you're going to find that we have a lot of edges that look pretty tattered. And this is a group that has come out here, put their money where their mouth is, and said, we want to help.
We're rebuilding the missions. Fix fences and paint picnic tables and things like that.
I mean, it feels good to help, so why not?
Picnic area look cleaner and stuff.
Preserving some of these great historic sites.
If you fill it, I'll wheel it.
Okay,
You know, I've never rode a wheelbarrow before in my life.
You doing good?
I'm excited about that.
These are folks that actually paid to be on a trip.
The tourism industry is important here in California. It's one of the most important industries that we have in the state. So if these people come here and make us healthy, then California's economy stays healthier. We couldn't thank them enough.
Yeah, as we rock and roll. As we rock and roll.
That's all right. They'll wait for us.
Yeah.
We pretty much run the red team,
good
so it's okay.
Once again, thank you, San Francisco. Thank you, California. Have a great evening this evening and safe travels back home.
the camaraderie.
It just, you got this bond, and, we all want to make these places better places to go visit.
Especially with Tourism Cares, you meet so many different people from all around the world. It's fantastic.
More about the fact that it's about educating people to join in and have fun and meeting people and doing things you wouldn't normally do. It's all about the experience.
I will keep coming back every year as long as I can.
We enjoy doing the good work.
Many of the volunteers coming to the Gulf Coast are college students who have participated in university-sponsored programs, sometimes referred to as alternative spring break vacations. Teachers, professors, and other school staff have also served as active volunteers. In this story, we'll talk to a college professor who has traveled to the Gulf Coast during a semester break to lend a hand with a habitat building project in Bay St. Louis.
Hi there, my name is Marla Schofer, and we're here at in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi at a Habitat for Humanity work site where we are working on 10 homes that are being built. The one behind me is called a Blitz home, which means that we will be putting up this entire home start to finish from slab to move-in condition within 1 week, which is pretty amazing if you've ever seen a home before. This is my first experience with doing anything with Habitat. I'm a volunteer. I've never worked on a house before except for some minor house painting, and what I've been doing the last couple of days is putting up siding, putting on some roof material, building a kitchen, all things I've never done before that I'm learning how to do. And I also would like to tell you that this is my vacation. This is not my typical idea of a vacation that I would go on, but I chose to do it because I was really concerned about what was going on down here in New Orleans. I initially got connected down here through Habitat, and they're working with a local organization that's called Lanyap Church, which actually is a mission that was put together right after Katrina to come down and help build houses. And what they did is they built sort of army barrack housing with 290 bunk beds, and for $20 a day, I get a bunk and 3 meals and, shower and toilet facilities. It's a bit rustic, but look what you're doing and look what you're working on. So it's if you think about it as a vacation, it's probably the least expensive vacation you could ever take, and probably the most rewarding that you could ever do in your life. It's just been an incredible experience for me. I'm meeting really good people, and it's really worthwhile. There's still a ton of work to do down here in Mississippi and in Louisiana. I think that we're not seeing a lot of it anymore in the news and the media, but it's going to be years and years before things are cleaned up here. And there's a lot of people that are living in FEMA trailers. They don't have homes to live in. The countryside is landscaped with homes that have been blown apart. And I would encourage anybody who can come down here to try to get a trip down here. It's really worthwhile, and it's probably one of the more interesting trips I've ever taken, and I think it's gonna have a big effect on my life.
I was a volunteer here in St. Bernard Parish for the past 24 years after I was paralyzed in a car accident. As you can see, this is what's left of my home after Katrina. I didn't think I'd ever see my home rebuilt again. I spent the past 2 years living in a FEMA trailer, waiting to die in a FEMA trailer.
Debris, push all that. I brought a hammer. You want to pull like the individual nails out of studs. So when they come in here and do all the other work.
I'm Ashley Ramos.
I'm Emily Wasserman.
And we are here with the Sid Jacobson JCC program.
We're helping to build, to reconstruct the homes after Hurricane Katrina hit over 2 years ago. And we gave up our December vacation because we thought that there's nothing else I could think of that is more rewarding than doing something like this. And it's just so unbelievable to see personally the faces and of these people after their homes have been destroyed, and they've all stayed so positive about it. And it's really humbling, the whole experience.
Everything here was once amazing, and now it's been ruined, and I'd like to get it back to the way it was. And I'm willing to sacrifice my vacation, anything it takes to get this done.
It's kind of sad that all these homes were once like any other homes, and now they, just because of a hurricane, they got ruined and they have to start from scratch. And we're here to help them.
We saw a lot of the destruction, and it was really devastating to see what had actually happened. And it was like a big accomplishment to figure out that we finished this and that there's more of a chance that somebody might move back.
For me, this was much more, as a Catholic, what Christmas is to me is to practice giving instead of receiving, and this is a perfect thing for me. I came out here to give instead of staying home and receiving a bunch of gifts, and that's practically what I'm trying, because I've been pretty spoiled up to this point, and just when I heard about New Orleans, I felt like this would be a great idea to do that, and help others.
My Christmas present, that the only thing I got for Christmas this year is a whole group of volunteers. I walked outside my front door and I seen a rainbow from the beginning to the end, and 20 minutes later I found out I was going to have some 16 volunteers helping me today. If there were more people like this in America that would volunteer their time to help put people back in their homes, thanks would be immense. And if you ever needed us, I'm pretty sure most of us would pack up our things and come to you. So I would like to see a permanent facility built where they have to put in 35 hours of community service and actual accountability. That way the state has something to grasp onto, so they could fund this and make this really happen. And they put in their hours in their community service, they'll have a fed meal and a free place to stay.
I just want to thank you volunteers for everything y'all have done. This storm has been where we have seen some of the best in America and some of the most scummiest people in the world that have come here for some of their own self-gain. But to see these young people that are here to do something, not to fill their pockets, is truly amazing. A lot of the people here that are doing this work are doing it genuinely from their heart and genuinely trying to improve our lives.